The Holocaust was the systematic state-sponsored persecution and massacre of the 6 million European Jews by the German Nazi regime and its allies and accomplices. The Holocaust was an evolving process that occurred throughout Europe between 1933 and 1945. Antisemitism is the foundation of the Holocaust. Antisemitism, hatred of prejudice against Jews, it's a basic tenet of Nazi ideology. This prejudice was also widespread throughout Europe. Nazi Germany's persecution of Jews grew and became increasingly radicalized between 1933 and 1945. This radicalization culminated in the mass murder of the 6 million Jews. During World War II, Nazi Germany and its allies and accomplices massacred nearly 2 of every 3 European Jews by subjecting them to lethal living conditions. Brutal persecution, mass shooting and gassing, and specially designed killing centers.
Holocaust education might act as a stifling anti-Semitic idea, especially among your people. A form of anti-Semitism is Holocaust denial and distortion. So this is a very important history for people to study, not only because of the magnitude of these atrocities, but also because we stand up to hateful people who deny this happen. The phenomenon of the Holocaust, along with the form and stakes of the purges that were carried out by Nazis, can be categorized as gross human rights violence in the form of genocide. In the context of international law, the instruments used were the 1948 Genocide Convention and 1998 Rome Statute. The total number of victims of the Holocaust was 11 to 17 million people. You can imagine how cruel the Nazi regime in ancient times was to massacre the Jews.
There is another aspect to the origins of the education system that stems from the educational trend of the 1915 towards what used to be called effective learning. This is the idea that basically there should be more leadership education in school and that we should be teaching more soft skills such as character education and such, and this is a kind of educational trend that goes up and down. Dynamic of antisemitism that are different from other bigotry. You give it room to grow because you don't talk about it. There is something in education that educators sometimes call curriculum zero that you don't talk about in school. And when you present the Holocaust, but you don't present the history of antisemitism, the preceded it by thousands of years, and you don't present how antisemitism continued after the Holocaust, what you're basically teaching is that antisemitism was something that happened in Europe between 1930 and 1945. It consisted of genocide and now it is over.